Hi guys, it's Nancy again. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and please don't forget to subscribe. Today we are going to talk about the questions you're going to expect at the embassy. I want to discuss like 3 questions. The first question that you're going to expect is, where are you going? That's the first question that the officer is going to ask you. Even if it's not going to be the first question, but you have to be prepared for it. Where are you going? The first thing you do when you are being interviewed, the first thing you should do is greet the officer. Like, hello madam, good morning madam, good evening madam, good afternoon madam, or sir, good afternoon sir, good afternoon madam. You have to greet that person. Lazima umsalimie. Hata kama I said, even if like akomudi, like most of them awacheki, you have to make sure that umemsalimia before you expect to answer another questions. So the question of where are you going? Let's say for example you are going to Texas College. You have to be very specific. I'm going to Texas College to study this and this. You just don't say, I'm going to Texas College. No. I'm going to Texas College to study, to do my bachelor's in science. I'm going to do my bachelor's in information technology. I'm going to do my bachelor's in business. You have to mention the course. You just don't say, I'm going to Texas. No. That's the hacks of a successful visa interview. I am going to Texas College. I am going to Houston Community College to study this and this. Don't say I'm going to Texas College. No. The second question. These questions will come according to how you filled your DS-160. Let's say you filled your DS-60. Maybe you finished your Form 4 maybe in 2015. 2010, something like that. They're going to ask you, when did you finish your maybe high school? You have to answer that question according to the way you filled your DS-160, because all the kind of questions you filled in your DS-160, you're going to expect all those questions. When did you finish your Form 4? I finished my Form 4 in 2015. You don't talk until she or he gives you green light to talk. Hawapendi ukiongea sana, just be concise and brief. Another question, obvious, you are going to expect, who is your sponsor? I have talked about this so many times. That question, you can never miss it. Who is your sponsor? Either you are coming to America as a visitor, you are coming as a student, you are coming for a conference, whichever the way you are coming apart from the green card. The green card, I mean those people who want the green card, they don't carry along the bank statement because the host is going to produce documents for them. But you're coming as a visitor, you're coming to attend a conference, you're coming to do other things, maybe tourist, you're going to provide a bank statement. And so the first thing they're going to ask you, who is your sponsor? And you have to expect like 5 questions about your sponsor. Like, my sponsor is my sister. For example, maybe your sister is sponsoring you. Maybe you are sponsoring yourself. Maybe you are able to sponsor yourself. Most people are sponsored by their relatives. So you're going to say like, my sister is going to sponsor me. Watakuuliza, why is your sister sponsoring you? You may say like, my sister has been our guardian since we were young, and she has been sponsoring us all through up to now. Now she wants to see me advance my studies. She wants to further my studies to the level that I want to. So you have to expect another like 3 more questions, like, what does your sister do? So make sure before you go to the interview, you already know what does your sister do. You already know the kind of maybe business your sister is doing. You already know how much does your sister make monthly, how much does your sister make maybe annually, because these questions you are going to experience them. The moment you stammer, the moment you feel like you are trying to remember something, that's the moment you lose it. You have to be prepared. Who is your sponsor? My sister is my sponsor. With a smile. Why is your sister sponsoring you? My sister is sponsoring me because she has been our guidance since we were young, me and my brothers, or me and my sisters, whichever the way, or you alone. So like she wants me to advance my studies. What does your sister do? You can say my sister is a businesswoman, my sister is a doctor, my sister is a lawyer, whichever that your sister do. So make sure maybe whatever that your sister do is able to support you. You just can't go there and maybe say something that is off. Whichever that you do, whichever way that you try to take, make sure you impress the officer. Say something that will make him or her accept whatever that you are saying. My sister is a doctor, my sister is a businesswoman, my sister is maybe a real estate agent, something like that. How much does your sister make? Now this question, what you are going to do is you are going to examine your sister's bank statement. See how much money comes in every month and how much money goes out. Through that way, you will know the kind of sources or where the money is coming. Even when you don't know maybe what does your sister do, the bank statement is going to tell you. This person is maybe a business, maybe a businesswoman, or maybe my brother is a businessman. Angalia pesa yenye inaingia ndani and then na pesa yenye inatoka. Pesa inaingia ndani itakuonyesha ni ya kitu fulani, ni ya kitu fulani. And then kwa huo mwezi ukiongeza hiyo pesa yote imeingia ndani, hapo chini unapata hesabu yako. Maybe it's like 100,000, 200,000. You see? So you make sure the whole year ukiongeza hiyo pesa hiyo miezi yote from January to December, you get the math. So when the officer asks you, how much does your sister make monthly? You are able to answer that question. Like, my sister makes monthly like 100,000. She owns this and this. She does this and this. In this and this, she makes this one. She makes this. Just be active. Flow. You have to be brief, concise. Lakini make sure your statement is in a flow na zinaendana na bank statement. Because as you are speaking, ako tu pale anaangalia your bank statement, aona kama ina align and whichever that you are saying. Be truthful. Sema kila kitu kiko kwa bank statement. Kwa sababu ukienda nje useme my sister is a doctor na bank statement ionyeshe mahali analipo mshahara, that is not going to help you. So, make sure ujue ana make pesa ngapi, monthly, annually. That's how you get to know. Pia, according to my experience, they also asked me, does my sponsor as a family? You have to expect all kind of questions. No, maybe does your sister as a family? Do you know why they're asking you that? Because this officer wants to know if your sister kama akona familia, akona watoto, and maybe she's married, how is she going to sponsor you in America for your tuition fee and all the expenses, na bado nyumbani ashughulikie familia yake? So hapa you have to be very smart. And the way you are going to answer these questions, you have to be very, very smart. You have to make sure that you capture the attention of the officer. Even if maybe your sister, maybe I can recommend this. My sister has young kids. My brother has young kids, something like that. Your sponsor who have not already maybe started high school. It's either they haven't started high school or college, or they have finished. You know, that makes some sense. Because if your sponsor, maybe if the sponsor's kids have finished college and high school, you are going to be in a good spot. Because maybe the sponsor can be able to sponsor you nicely without struggling, because already like watoto wake wamemaliza shule. But now tell me, sponsor wako watoto wake wako high school, wako college, how are you going to answer that question? No, it's either watoto wa sister yangu hawajenda shule, hawajenda high school, hawajenda college, they haven't joined high school, they haven't joined college, or they have finished their high school, they have finished their college, and you know, that makes some sense. That is the secret. You have to be very careful. Make sure you study the bank statement very, very careful. And make sure every kind of question, you are prepared for every kind of question. Iyo mama na sponsor wako, whichever the way you are going to answer the questions, don't show any signs of kukumbuka vitu. Just let it flow, like just like when you unaendanga interview yoyote, like it's like a work interview. Tell me about yourself. Uwezi anza kujikumbuka ukifikiria about yourself. Unajua tayari wewe ni nani, so you go direct to the point. And that's the same interview that we're going to do. You go direct to the point. My sister is my sponsor. She's a real estate agent. Maybe she's a doctor. She has been my guardian since I was young. Me and my brothers, or me and my sisters. And now she wants me to advance my studies. That's how you answer it. That's your sister's family. Yes, she has 2 kids and she has maybe this and this. That's how you answer those questions. Thank you for listening to me, and I think I'm going to do more questions as the time goes by. I'm kind of held up a little bit. When I get more time, I'm going to do so many questions that you are going to expect. Like, who is your sponsor? Where are you going? Now, maybe tomorrow I'm going to do about personal questions that you are going to expect.